Sri Chakracharya as of now is just trading below its 200-day moving averages. The moving average comes to at around 44 odd levels, and in the last few trading session it has given a breakdown. I believe the selling pressure is likely to be continued towards 37 to 36 levels on the downsides. If the client is just holding for a longer duration, say at least for 6 to 7 months, then definitely this counter can be kept with a stop loss of a 37 rupees on a downside. Once it manages to give a breakout of a 44 to 45 levels, then again we might test 50 to 55 levels on the upsides. So if you're looking for a short-term duration, at least for 6 to 7 months, you can definitely hold on this particular counter with a stop loss of a 36 rupees on a downside.
Okay. Prabhakar, what is your sense on TVS Sri Chakra? Clearly, our viewers' patience and perseverance has paid off despite the highs and lows the stock has witnessed. But fundamentally speaking, from here on, how do you see the company shape up, and what would be your advice?
See, tire stock, the correction is due to the slowdown in automobile. But it is a very low market cap stock, trading very attractively at 13 times trailing EPS, so there is nothing to fear. But there is a slowdown in auto which will impact TVS Sri Chakra. But otherwise, for a long-term investor, I don't think he has to worry about anything. He can hold on to the stock, that will be my view.
So it's a consensus hold call. Mr. Chandramohan, thank you so much for calling us. Next up is a caller from Odisha, Mr. Satyabrata Das. Mr. Das, good morning. What's your question?
मैम गुड मॉर्निंग, मैं यस बैंक में थोड़ा इन्वेस्टमेंट करना चाहता हूँ.
Okay, current price पे, right?
करंट प्राइस मेरे.
Okay. प्रभाकर, यस बैंक के लिए आप क्या एडवाइस करना चाहते हैं? द स्टॉक ऑलरेडी काफी नीचे आ चुका है, सब 40 रुपीज लेवल्स पे ट्रेड कर रहा है. फंडामेंटली आपका क्या एडवाइस है?
See, we need to understand, there are a lot of changes happening in the Yes Bank counter as of now. The promoter, Mr. Rana Kapoor, has sold all his stake, and we don't know who is going to run the bank. That is one. But we have a professional management in place, so we should not worry. But for a long term, it is a good bet. But if you have not bought it, I think ICICI Bank is the best to make good money at this point of time. Yes Bank, we can take the call after 1 or 2 quarters because their loan book has grown very fast. Almost they achieved 2,50,000 crore as their loan book. Now due to their provisions and other things, I think it has come to 2,35,000 crore. And management has indicated there is a deposit degrowth of 7%. So we need to understand what is happening in the bank, and the management will open up only in the con call after the result. So we need to have patience before we buy. I think at this point of time, ICICI Bank fits better for an investor.
Okay, so if you want to invest for the long haul and if you want a safe and steady bank, ICICI would be a better bet than Yes Bank, Mr. Das. Swati, how are you looking into the technicals of Yes Bank? Could there be further pain, or is it a good idea to buy at the current juncture?
No, at the current level, I believe the technical overall setup is definitely bearish. Every month or every week we are seeing a new lows as such. So I'm not recommending any buy call at the current levels. Definitely apart from this, definitely there are another banks, the clients who are looking for a 2-digit banks. I will suggest go for the IDFC Bank, First Bank, New Bank, which has been launching as such. But Yes Bank, definitely it's a no from my side on the higher level. Once it manages to give a breakout of a 40 to 40 odd levels after the consolidation phase, then we can think about buying purpose. But at the current level, there is no sign of any reversals on the technical parameters. So I will suggest to stay away from this particular counter.
Okay, so it's a total avoid, Mr. Das, from our technical and fundamental expert. I hope you can consider this advice while factoring in your investment in Yes Bank or any other names that they have talked about. Thank you so much for calling us. Komal Joshi joins us now from Ahmedabad. Hi Komal, good morning. What's your question? I think we have snapped that line with Komal Joshi. Okay. Komal, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us what is your query?
Yeah, my query is that I got HDFC Life for 550, 5,000 shares.
Okay.
What is it the right time to still, hold on with this? Can we see the script at around 650 plus or something? Or shall I now sell it?
All right. Firstly, you've made decent profits, even though you have entered the counter at a slightly with a slight delay. But 550 has been the buying price. You have gained about nearly 40 bucks on this, 40 bucks per share. So 7 to 8% gains is what you've made. Let's talk about HDFC Life, Prabhakar. It's one of those stocks which has seen a very stellar run up post their IPO listing. One of the top IPO performers in the recent past. How are you assessing the fundamentals of HDFC Life, given how the entire insurance space is shaping up?
See, there are three top private life insurance which has a major market share. If you take the private, where ICICI Pru, SBI Life, and HDFC Life, takes it all. So, and their advantage is, they have banks, which is associated with them. So they have the maximum growth associated to it. And all these three are growing at 15% CAGR. And last 17 years growth has been 17%. So that means, from here on also for next 10-15 years, they'll be growing at 15% CAGR. It is power of compounding. So I think for a long-term investor, you have to buy and forget it. That is a kind of stock. And the quality of the management is one of the best. So I think HDFC Life is a buy and hold for me.
So it's a thumbs up for the long haul. Swati, how are you assessing the technicals of HDFC Life?
Yeah, Karunya, the overall counter is really doing very well as such on the technical parameter. Is just trading in the formation of the high tops, high bottom. Also the fact that it is just trading in the all the moving averages. Fact that it is just on the verge of giving the of the 52-week high, say, or we can say the all-time high, which comes to at around 609. I believe probably if the market does well in the 1 or 2 weeks, definitely we are going to see the another new high which might come to around at 630, 640 levels. So I will suggest that particular kind, you should hold on this particular counter for even for the long-term horizon, or if you are looking for a trading perspective. As of now, currently 570 is acting as a very cluster strong support levels. So at the current level, you can hold your long positions. If you want to place the stop loss, you can keep a 570 as a stop loss, profit stop loss, and you can look forward for a target of a 630, 640 levels on the high side.
Okay, so consensus thumbs up on your investment in HDFC Life, Mr. Joshi. Hope you will be able to hold on to it for the long haul. At least that's what the experts are suggesting at this point in time. Thank you for calling us. Mr. DJ Rao from Mumbai calls us now. Mr. Rao, good morning. What's your query?
Good morning. I am DJ Rao from Hyderabad.
Okay.
I'm holding 1,000 shares NOCIL, NOCIL, NOCIL Limited at 110.
Okay.
What is the short-term and the long-term outlook? Can I hold it for another 6 to 12 months?
Okay, so approximately 1 year time horizon is what you have in mind. Prabhakar,
Yeah.
how do you see the fundamentals of NOCIL? Good idea to continue staying invested?
It is again into rubber chemicals, where the tire business has seen a slowdown and there is a general slowdown. So that is impacting. And if you see the results also, year-on-year basis, there was a drop of 14% in revenue, but their margins are intact. A slight drop in margins. So, for a short term, even if it is 6 months, I don't think any recovery is going to happen. But if he has 1 to 2 years, then he can hold on to it. I think as the time goes by, there will be a pickup in two-wheeler and other segments also, where this company is likely to benefit. But next 6 months, I doubt there is going to be any recovery.
So once the cycle turns around for the auto sector, perhaps then you can start seeing some returns on your investment in NOCIL. So if you have a slightly longer term time horizon, then you can continue to stay put in NOCIL, is what Prabhakar is saying. Swati, NOCIL has had a rough year so far, but if you look at the stock in the last 1-2 months, maybe since the end of August, it has seen a decent uptick. Do you think this uptick and up move is sustainable, or do you see some volatility ahead?
See Karunya, if I study the another 1.5 years chart also from the mid of 2016 I can say or 17 I can say the stock is just continuously giving a downfall or new lows as such. If I look towards the monthly chart, the stock is particularly trading in the lower channel. Also the fact that it has just probably made a foundation on the lower levels. At the current levels I am seeing a sort of a reversal on the technical parameters, but on the upside 110 is acting as a very strong resistance levels, which is the buying price of that particular client also. At looking forward, if we look towards the downward trend 110 112 is the likely breakout levels. If it manages to give out that breakout levels on the closing basis for at least 1 or 2 weeks, if it's sustained above that level, then definitely I am looking for a target of a 150 to 160 levels on higher side. I will suggest a client to just hold on this particular counter. Downside 98 acting as a very strong support level. So just hold your long positions with the stop loss of 98 rupees on a downside. Once it manages to give a breakout of 110 on the closing basis, definitely 140, 150 levels can be seen within a span of 3 to 4 months.
Okay, Mr. Rao, I hope you have picked up on what our experts had to say to you with respect to your pick or your buy in NOSL. Thank you for calling us. We have another live caller right here on the show. Mail Vanan from Chhattisgarh joins us now. Mr. Vanan, what's your query?
Oh, actually, I'm holding the Zydus Wellness since long with the 150 shares.
Okay.
So I just want to know about the future concern. Should I keep it for a long time or should I exit right now?
You bought it at 1692 if I'm not wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so right now you've not made any money on this. In fact, you've lost a tad bit, but let us help you understand how the fundamentals and technicals look like. Prabhakar, Zydus Wellness, it's been a steady stock all through this year, at least if I look at the YTD chart. How are the fundamentals of the company? Okay, before we address the query, Kumar Mangalam Birla is speaking at an event. Let's cut across to that.
And blockchain. The world is going to witness tremendous growth of connected devices, estimated to cross 100 billion globally as we build smart cities, smart homes, smart automobiles, automated manufacturing, and connect everything with intelligent, immersive, and innovative solutions. These tectonic shifts could transform not just the digital but even the business landscape of India as industry boundaries get expanded and blurred. In the process, the fundamental principles of value creation could get testified and redefined. What is certain though is that the productivity gains that could accrue to the economy and to industries on account of this digital transformation is going to be of an unprecedented order. Our Prime Minister Shri Modi ji has aptly identified Digital India 2.0 program as a key impetus for doubling our GDP to $5 trillion, bridging the digital divide and leading India into the fourth industrial revolution. A thriving telecom sector, though, is imperative for the digital transformation of the economy in order to build the new India envisioned by our Honorable Prime Minister. While we stand committed to support the growth of the industry, we seek an enabling regulatory environment to ensure that we have the necessary wherewithal to make commensurate investments and to stay at the cutting edge of technology. To conclude, I would like to say that the Indian mobile industry is steadfast and committed to creating the foundation for the next phase of growth of the Indian economy. We look forward to working closely with the government to take the next big leap and become a truly world-beating industry. Thank you.
Okay, that was Kumar Mangalam Birla speaking on the sidelines of India Mobile Congress and talking about the host of changes that the industry, the telecom sector is bracing itself for, and not just telecom but a whole host of other segments of India Inc. But focusing once again on BNSN, Prabhakar, help us understand the fundamentals of Zydus Wellness. The stock has definitely performed very well, but is it in line with the fundamentals?
See, there is an improvement in their sales, but the margins have come down. But this is not a company which I've been tracking for a very long time. So I feel now my close tracking is in DMart, where I see lot of growth. Last year they grew at 33%. This quarter results also was very good at 22% growth, and there was a margin expansion from 8% EBITDA to 8.7% EBITDA, and they have opened almost 13 stores in the first half, and the second half also we expect that another 14 stores will be open. So I think that is where my bet lies on, because there I see a structural growth, and that is one segment where it will grow on a consistent basis. So DMart, even if it is expensive, Zydus also is very expensive. So I think shifting to DMart will give better returns.
Swati, what about you? Zydus this year has done fairly well. Of course, it's off those 1790s, 95 odd levels. Right now, it's at 1684. But going forward, how do you project the stock performance?
See, technically, Karunya, definitely the stocks looks weak, very strong as of now. If you look towards the last 2-3 months data, in the month of August itself, the stock has given a very strong breakout of 1400, and from that level, we have seen at least 500 points movement towards 1800 odd levels. If you look towards the retracement from that levels, the stock has just retraced 61.8%, which was coming at around 1550 levels, which is the golden support ratio that we consider into the retracement theory. So we have seen a very smart pullback rally from 1550 odd levels. Now it's currently trading at 1680. I believe definitely stock has a very good support at around 1680 odd levels or 1650. I will suggest the client to hold the long positions with the strict stop loss of 1650 at the current levels. I am looking for a target of 1800 probably in coming 2 to 3 weeks level.
Okay, all right. Thanks both of you then for joining us and helping out our callers and viewers as well, Swati and Prabhakar. Thanks once again. Let's once again address the stock of IRCTC. It has surpassed the 700 mark. So very, very solid gains coming in for the stock intraday. Since the debut was only 101% higher, the stock has only been building on to those gains since the word go. Neha Tyagi went for, the BSE, the Bursa's listing of this counter. She is here with us, joining us now on the channel to help us understand how the energy is there, what exactly is she picking up from there, Neha?
Well, like you said, IRCTC has had a major or a bumper listing at the stock exchanges today. It was listed at 644 at a premium of over 100%. The IPO of IRCTC, which was open for subscription from September 30th and October, was subscribed at a massive 112 times. Apart from that, the 600, it managed to raise 644 crores. It has been one of the most successful IPOs, and not just this year, over the last 2 years is what I've been told. IRCTC is the fourth railway company to be listed on the stock exchanges in the past year or so, and IRCTC definitely has been the most successful. It definitely has an advantage considering the monopoly in the internet booking space, as well as an exclusive tie-up with the government for the catering business, with them entering more new segments like cruising, cargo, air tickets. Apart from privatization of train routes, the company definitely is set to do better, and considering their revenue and profits last time, over 25% in revenue, over 25% in profits, they're definitely set to do better this year, considering all the new segments that they're entering in.
Thanks much, Neha, for that update. And definitely, what a stellar debut. The stock has gained 120% over its issue price at this juncture. 701 is where it's perched at. With that, we're going to wrap it up on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. Thank you for tuning in.
कुर्ता पजामा पहनकर स्टाइल से दिवाली नहीं मनाई तो क्या किया?
All leaders in individual sectors.
What's the sense that you're getting on volume growth? Just clarify this entire case. What is it going to mean for the business? What else are you looking at?
It was really one of the biggest deals.
Now I've been getting you bit by bit.
The only show dedicated to solve all your financial queries.
5:30 on the clock. It's time for the Money Show right here on ET Now.
Where Mubina Kapasi will help you take the right investment decisions.
Be it mutual funds, taxation, real estate, or meeting any of your financial goals, we've got your back.
Join us as top financial experts help investors become wealthy and wise. The Money Show, all through the week, only on ET Now.
Anticipating, touching, seeing, hearing, moving, sweeping, escaping. Everything you get from a sports car. Jaguar XF.
इस दिवाली मम्मी पापा के लिए एक परफेक्ट गिफ्ट सारेगामा कारवा.
Thank you.
Hey, careful.
What?
It kills bacteria.
Very fun.
I know.
Asian Paints Royale Health Shield. The paint that cares for you.
In a bid to spread financial awareness, Investment Ki Pathshala reached the City of Joy, Kolkata, where our experts shared information on ideal investment practices with the employees of Kalya Exports.
म्यूचुअल फंड एक ऐसा व्हीकल है जहां पे ये सारे एसेट क्लास कवर होते हैं, चाहे वो कैश हो, चाहे वो डेट हो, चाहे वो गोल्ड हो या चाहे वो इक्विटी शेयर्स हो. सारे एसेट क्लास एक ही प्रोडक्ट म्यूचुअल फंड के थ्रू आप इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हैं.
Really, it's very helpful for the leather complex people who are working over here. It's really nice because we got some input that what is the market risk and what should be the plan and for how many years you should invest.
L&T Mutual Fund presents Investment Ki Pathshala, partnered by ET Now. For more details on investing in mutual funds, visit investmentkipathshala.com.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
The wheels in motion, we set the fire. You know it's going down.
To avail Movies Now, MNX and Ramadi Now at just 10 rupees. Call your cable operator or DTH operator right now.
प्रेशर कुकिंग अब एक हाथ का कमाल. प्रेस्टीज है तो मुमकिन है. प्रेस्टीज क्लिप ऑन प्रेशर कुकर जो सुविधा से करे प्यार, वो प्रेस्टीज से कैसे करे इनकार.
Reliance Mutual Fund is now Nippon India Mutual Fund. Nippon Life Insurance Company is a 130-year-old Japanese institution with total assets of over 49 lakh crore. Nippon India Mutual Fund. Good gets better. Mutual fund investments are